So the Devil May Cry Netflix series came out, and I want to talk about it because I think it sucked bad. And I'm not just saying that like because it's bad like the games. You know, it's bad in relation to the games. I don't want to let the games skew my viewpoint on the show actually, because the show is in a separate universe. It's its own thing. So I'm gonna treat it like its own thing. So the first thing I want to talk about is the character writing. I think that this was probably some of the worst mischaracterization. Yeah, I don't know, character assassination almost. I feel like it was very bad, very very bad. Lady is the worst written character I think I've ever seen, maybe ever. I don't know. Her dialogue is really bad. If I had clips to show you, which I don't because I'm just throwing this together on my PlayStation for like really quick. I just wanted to make a really quick video and get it out because I'm still trying to make some shit on the PC, but I digress. Anyways, yeah, no, Lady is bad, really bad in the show. So the first thing is that her backstory is talked about in the show, and that's fine. That's good. That's really good because not everybody who watches the show is gonna have played the games. You know, you gotta put the backstory in there. I get that. I get that. However, they changed her backstory. I think she already. I'm pretty sure they said she already killed her dad at some point. I kind of checked out whenever she was on screen because her dialogue writing was so bad. She says fuck literally every 3 sentences. She's saying fucking motherfucker and those damn demon fucks and I hate everybody. She's so edgy. She's so edgy. It's like it's actually painful to listen to. She sounds like a 15-year-old wrote her. No joke. She sounds like a 15-year-old wrote all her dialogue, and because you can tell it's not supposed to be like a joke. I feel like, I mean, unless I'm an idiot, but she says fuck, and it sounds like they're trying to make her sound cool, but she really just sounds like it's so forced, and she sounds like a kid, and it's bad. And the actors and actresses aren't doing a bad job. I really want to drive that home. It's on the writer here. It's on whoever wrote this schlock dialogue, because it's just. I mean, I like I said, I really wish I had clips to show you, but I don't because A, the show just came out, and B, I'm on PlayStation. But anyways, it's just so bad. If you watch the show and listen to it, you'll just hear it sounds forced. Although I wouldn't recommend watching the show. I'd recommend just saving yourself the time. The other writing point that I want to talk about is Dante, because Dante and Lady, they don't act like their video game counterparts. And like I said, it's its own thing. You know, it doesn't have to be one-to-one congruent with the show or with the games, but the characters have to be the characters. Otherwise, they're not the characters. You get what I'm trying to say? It's like Dante. You can't put Dante from Devil May Cry into a Devil May Cry show and have him not act like Dante. And he doesn't act like Dante because he's an idiot, not like Dante. And he's, you know, people seem to have this misconception that Dante's dumb, when in reality he just doesn't take anything seriously. But in the show he's actually just dumb. He's just stupid. And he's not supposed to be stupid, because the only reason you see Dante doing stupid things is because he knows he's stronger than a demon. So he just plays with his food. When he does stupid things, like in Devil May Cry 5 when he tries to shave on that the spinny wheel demon, that's just him being silly because he knows he's stronger than him. And you know, he plays with the fury, and he plays with everything because he knows he's stronger than everything. So that's the only reason Dante would be stupid, and that doesn't fit at all with this version of the character, because this version of the character is, well, first of all, he's a weakling, and second of all, he's just actually dumb. But you can't write Dante to be a big idiot, you know, doing stupid things if he's not strong enough to do the stupid things in that way. But no, that's not even what they're trying to do, I guess, because he's just an idiot, and that's the thing that I hate. But it's a much more slight mischaracterization. The main character writing issues I have are with Lady. But beyond that, I also just don't like. It's inconsistent. The show's inconsistent because it shows us that Lady is capable of beating Dante in a fight and capturing him, which is arguably worse than just losing a fight, is getting captured. But then Lady can't beat the boss demons when they jump her, and Lady can't beat the boss demons. But then Dante has to fight all of them at once, at the same time, on a motorcycle, which I guess would arguably take more skill. And he beats them effortlessly, all of them. And that doesn't make sense to me. If you're saying Lady beats Dante, but loses to demons that Dante beats, that doesn't make any sense. And then they do that again. Dante beats Agni and Rudra alone, by himself, no help, other than a motorcycle, I guess, while Agni and Rudra have Echidna and Cavalier Angelo with them. He wins that fight, but then when he's alone with them on a plane, he loses. And when he, like, that, I don't get that. And he has to awaken his Devil Trigger to beat them. I don't get that at all. That doesn't make sense. And then the main bad guy is stronger than Lady again, but literally he loses to Dante in one punch, in the form that he beats Lady with. And then he turns into a big monster form that actually gives Dante trouble for, like, the final boss fight, which, okay, fair. But in his original form, he's stronger than Lady, who's stronger than Dante, except Dante's stronger than the guy who's stronger than Lady, who's stronger than him. That doesn't make any sense. And I get that that's very nitpicky, and it's only because I watch anime that I'd notice something like that, I guess, probably. But you know, maybe power scaling has just ruined my brain, but I can't. You gotta make it consistent. Otherwise, I can't watch it. I'm sorry. And then the final boss fight in the show is just really lame. The final big bad is he just turns into, like, this gross human demon hybrid, kind of like Arkham, I guess, at the end of DMC 3, but it's not an inspired look at all. He's just like, he looks like the Incredible Hulk if he was red and had a sword for a hand. And then he opens, like, the gates to hell, and the big demons start coming through. But Dante wins, obviously, and he closes it. And then, you know, I'm thinking now maybe they're trying to say that, okay, Dante is clearly stronger than Lady because at this point now he has awakened his Devil Trigger, his full Devil Trigger. So maybe that's what they're trying to do. Except then Lady just jumps him and knocks him out. I forget if there was a tranquilizing agent involved, like I don't know if she injected him with something or if she just karate chopped his neck or whatever. But Dante gets put to sleep and captured by the U.S. government again. And yeah, I should mention, I don't know if I did mention, Lady is part of, like, a Go-Go Power Rangers super secret, like, anti-demon task force funded by the Vice President, who's voiced by Batman. But anyways, yeah, the U.S. government captures Dante. They put him in cryostasis. By the way, this is where the final montage for the season starts playing. Kind of like at the end of The Boys season 4, when, you know, Heart-Shaped Box starts playing and you watch all the people you like get captured as they're trying to leave. It's kind of like it's trying to do that, except it's not cool at all. So American Idiot by Green Day starts playing, and since the U.S. government has access to the amulet, the completed amulet, and the sword and everything, they can open the portal to hell whenever they want. So the U.S. government starts committing war crimes against the demons. They go into the other dimension, and they send like tanks and F-22s in to bomb fucking peaceful demon villages. Which, by the way, those wouldn't exist if this was really a Devil May Cry story. The demons are pure evil. But no, they try and spin this story like the demons are secretly misunderstood and there's like good demons. And hell, even the bad demons, like the ones that we fight, are just people trying to fight for like equal treatment, I guess. I don't fucking know. I don't know why they're trying to do that, because I guess that's just what happens when you let the show be made in America. Yeah, I don't know why they're trying to make like the demons seem like freedom fighters or something. That's not, I don't know. That's kind of dumb. And also, whoever's writing the story isn't good enough at writing stories to do that in a convincing way. So I don't know why they went for that, to be honest. But yeah, we're committing war crimes against demons, just non-combative villages of demons. And it's funny because earlier in the show when Dante's captured, he says a dumb joke. He's like, doesn't this violate the Geneva Conventions or something? And she's like, lady, goes, the Geneva Conventions don't apply to fucking demons. And I wondered why they would say that. I thought it was just like a dumb joke. But no, they're trying to show that humans are racist against demons for some reason. And, you know, I don't want to sound like somebody's dad or like some Trump supporter, but they made Devil May Cry woke. They did it. They fucking did it. They made Devil May Cry woke. And that's what it is. They're trying to say like America would be racist against demons, I guess. And demons actually aren't bad people at all, and we're just killing them for no reason. Okay, I guess. I don't know about that. But yeah, this montage is set to American Idiot, which, you know, the name's right there. And it's, it pissed me off so bad. Because it's just it's so obvious what they're trying to do. And keep in mind, why is this in my Devil May Cry story? Like, why? Why'd you put this in my Devil May Cry? You put fucking anti-war propaganda in my Devil May Cry story. I didn't even get my toy with my meal, you know? I don't fucking know about that. I don't get it, man. I really don't. Oh, and the show ends. Oh, this is good. The show ends with dear God. It's I'm sorry, I crack up thinking about it. Okay, sorry. The show ends. There's a prisoner of war camp for demons in hell that the Americans have set up. And Virgil shows up, and he attacks this POW camp and frees all the POWs. And then he has this whole monologue rallying the demons behind him. And but at the end of it, he says like, a storm is approaching for the humans. I am that storm. And it cuts off, and it's like Devil May Cry, made by fucking whoever. and I think it's so funny because it's the most cliche line. It's almost as bad as at the end of Devil May Cry 3 when Lady says, I guess somewhere even a devil may cry. It's stupid fucking writing. Except in Devil May Cry 3, it's cheesy and it knows it's cheesy, and it's you can laugh at it and it's fine because the rest of the shit is good. But here it's just bad. Because Virgil looks into the camera and he goes, "I am the storm that is approaching." Which, by the way, is not one of his catchphrases. He actually never says that in the game. Ever. That's his theme music says that in Devil May Cry 5, based off of a line that he said loosely in Devil May Cry 3 when he just says, "A storm is approaching." That's what he says. Not "I am the storm that is approaching," not "there is a veritable storm of metaphorical aptitudes approaching." Like, he didn't say any bullshit, he just said a storm is approaching. And whoever made Bury the Light just took that, they added, hell, I don't even know if they meant to do it, to be honest. But they made that his fucking catchphrase, I guess. And it's so dumb to me because he never says that shit. And I just, it's bad too, because I really hope a season 2 doesn't get made because this shit was just abysmal. But I don't want to see them also butcher Virgil's character, to be honest. Which they already kind of did, because there's a flashback with when they're kids, him and Dante, and they make Virgil seem like he was like greedy and mean, and that him and Dante hated each other as kids. No, they didn't. They were a loving family before they got attacked by demons, and all of Virgil's pain and jealousy and avarice for what Dante has and for power is purely from his trauma, on the fact that he felt that when they were attacked by demons, his mother didn't even bother to come looking for him. She just cared for Dante because she couldn't find him. But Virgil misinterpreted that as a child, and it ruined his life. That's why he becomes such a spiteful, hateful, evil person. He was not always a greedy, like, child who hated his brother and his family. They genuinely make it seem like him and Dante hated each other as kids, and it's just like, I don't know why you would do that. There's a little fight scene between them, and it's not like they were butting heads like how siblings fight. Like, it was like genuinely mean. So yeah, I don't know. The writing is just bad, and the mischaracterization is off the charts, and you know, I can't think about what much good the show does. I mean, the first couple episodes looked good, but then they just started doing 3D fight scenes for everything, and that like 3D 2D hybrid animation shit just always looks terrible. It always looks bad. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. The most credit I can give the show is that it looked good for about 2 episodes at the start. Yeah, I don't know. I really didn't like it, and the main villain's super forgettable, and the fact that Lady gets more screen time than Dante too, so it's not really a Devil May Cry, like, it's the Lady show. If they wanted to make a show about Lady's backstory, or like, I would have been down for that. That would have been cool, but no, they made it the Devil May Cry show, and Dante doesn't even feel like the main character because he spends most of the episodes captured or just not on screen. The 6th episode of the 8 episodes, one of them is completely dedicated to Lady's backstory. Not to mention she has flashbacks in other episodes too. So yeah, I don't know what they were thinking there. I think they were probably just trying to salvage her character since they butchered it. But I don't know. I just wanted to get my thoughts out. This is running on a little bit longer than I wanted it to go. I wanted to stop this around 15 minutes, but that's just how it goes. This is still shorter than most of my videos, typically. I need to make shorter videos. That's the upcoming video plan, is something shorter so that people might actually stick around and watch the whole thing. But if you did watch this whole thing, if you watched all like 20 minutes of this, I'm super appreciative. You know, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, you know. Maybe not subscribe. I don't post that often. But you know, I'll appreciate it if you do. Definitely comment though on this one. This one is an open invitation for a discussion on the show. If you watched it, you know, what were your thoughts? You know, do you agree? Do you disagree? Let's try and keep it civil. Hopefully, I really don't want to have to argue with anyone. But yeah, definitely make sure if you have notes, I guess, or if you have your own ideas about the show, comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.